Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel again. So this is like 2 videos I'm putting out back to back. So I got a question, when did my workout journey begin? And it just didn't begin within the last couple of months or a few months. My workout journey began actually before I got married, before I had a child. I was very athletic in high school, junior high. I was just always into sports, and the one thing that I loved about being part of a team or being active with sports is that I just felt really good. Like my energy level, I slept better. I just felt really good about myself, period. And so once I got married and had my daughter, I of course slowed down from working out because that came like different responsibilities. My daughter was very sick the first 3 to 5 years of her life, so my focus was different. So I went through a divorce, and I decided that I needed something that was going to help with my self-esteem, my confidence level, and something's just going to take away the stress of that major transition in my life. And working out was the first thing that came to my mind because I just remember how I felt during that time. So I started working out. It started 1 to 2 times a week. Then it increased. The more energy I started to have, the more I felt better about myself, the more days and hours I was in the gym. And then it got to the point where I was really liking how my body was changing. And I was very much aware that I was a woman. And it took me a long time. I mean, because you go through things in your personal life that just kind of takes away from who you are as a person. I don't care who you are, how much confidence you had. Before you got to that level in life, you had some transitions in life that just made you feel unworthy. And so I had those periods of my life. I felt unworthy as a woman. And I tell people all the time that I did not come into knowing and being comfortable with being a woman until I went through a divorce. I didn't know what my worth was. And during that time I was working out, I started to see that my body was taking a shape that I never had before. Like I started seeing like the curves that my body had. I started knowing the strength that my body had and the beauty that my body had. I mean, it was just amazing, the transformation that I was going through. And so during that time, I decided I would become a personal trainer and help other women who were, and I was seeking out women who were going through divorces. I kid you not. And so I trained, and then I stopped training. But the people that I did help along the way, I felt like, and I see them now, they're still in the gym, and they tell me all the time, like, I thank you so much. And I was training people and wasn't even charging them anything because someone did it for me. And so I became a personal trainer, and then I decided I was going to stop training, and I wanted to perfect my technique. I wanted to learn other things to better help me as a person, and then I can share that with other people. And so I started working out with my best friend, Guy, and I mean, amazing person, known him. I actually met him probably the day that I separated, before I even got a divorce. And he and I have been best friends since, and he's also a personal trainer to this day. And so I started working out with him and putting myself on a strict routine of working out. I even saw more of a difference with my lifestyle and my mentality and just the strength that I had, not physically but mentally, and things didn't bother me. So I turned to working out to help me emotionally get over a major setback in my life, which was a divorce. And as you know, some divorces can be so ugly. Mine wasn't ugly, but it wasn't the nicest divorce, don't get me wrong. And financially, it was an emotional stress that I don't wish upon anyone. And that's why I am the way that I am right now when it comes to marriage. And if someone talks about getting married, I really say, know what you're getting into, knowing that this is a lifetime commitment and no one should be divorced, which is I'll do another video on that. But working out for me was helping me through that major transition in my life. And so once I started putting myself on a strict routine, and my eating has always been, when I say perfect, like I don't eat junk food. I watch what I eat. Even on days that I can have a cheat day, it's hard for me to choose what I want to eat on my cheat day because I really like the healthy lifestyle that I have. And so I don't have too many cheat days, to be honest with you. But I love how I feel emotionally. I feel so emotionally strong, and that's what drives me to work out. And then I challenge myself. So I don't just go to the gym and do cardio and weight lifts or whatever. I do other things that challenge me, like push the sled. I use different techniques that's going to challenge me and take me to the next level. During the time that I was working out, I wanted to set goals for myself. And so as far as bench pressing, I was setting goals. As far as a time that I can run a mile, I was setting a goal. It was something I was always setting. And so one day, this was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, I said, I want to do a competition. And I said, I want to do this by the time I am 40 years old. I want to do this at least one time in my life and get it out my system. Because I went to shows about 6-7 years ago. I went to a show in Florida, and I was like, oh my gosh, that motivated me so much. And I remember coming back from that show and saying to myself, I'm going to be on stage one day. I'm going to be on stage one day. I'm going to be on stage one day. Like I was saying that to myself. And so I came back, and then within, like I said, I just put myself on a routine. Like I was going in the morning times before work. I was going on my lunch break, and then I was going in the afternoon. So I was working out 3 times a day. And I kid you not, guys. And I showed a picture to my sister today, and she's like, oh my gosh, you look so thick. And it wasn't that I wasn't at like thick as in overweight, but I have foreign muscle mass that I never knew that I could get. And every time I look back on that picture, it's like, I want to get back there. But of course your body changes, and workouts that you're doing, your body's going to take on a different shape. And so before my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I keep bringing up breast cancer and my mother because that was such a turning point in my life. But before she was diagnosed with breast cancer, I was on a roll, and that spring I was gonna enter somebody's competition. Like coming spring 2012, I was gonna be in a competition. I was that focused, I was that ready. But then when my mom was diagnosed, my focus changed to taking care of her. And I would still work out, but it wasn't every day, like 2 or 3 times a day or anything like that. Sometimes I would go a week or 2 without working out, but at least I maintained having something in my life. And I would do workouts at home. I even created a gym at home because that was helping me with my stress. And so last year, when my mom passed away, I decided I needed something that was going to help me get through my grief process of my mother. And I turned back to working out. I mean, because that's the only thing I knew that helped me through such a horrible time in my life when I went through a divorce. And I said, surely it has to help me through this grief process of losing my mother. Because I have to tell you guys, losing my mom was like probably the worst things that could have ever happened to me. I've lost my stepfather in death. I lost an older brother in death. And every time I turned to working out. But when I lost my mother, I felt like I lost me. I lost a part of who I was. And even though like my mother, like every family, you have your struggles and you have things that you have to overcome with maintaining a closeness to a family member. And I just remember, after my mom died, I got so angry. I didn't tell you guys this, but I got so angry. I was like, how? My mother was such a strong person, and I drew from her. I got strength from her. Even during the time that I was taking care of her, I was getting so much strength from her. And I'm trying to figure out, why is it that this woman, my mother, is not in my life? I mean, and I was thinking, what have we done so wrong? Why was she taken from me? I mean, I was so angry. And the one thing that helped me was to clear my mind. I started working out, and and literally I was running. It wasn't even about just working out and going to the gym and picking up weight, but I was running like freaking Forrest Gump, let me tell you. But I wasn't maintaining like muscle mass. Like I lost weight. You guys can probably tell in some of my videos, but I had lost probably like 12 pounds because I was grieving, I was running, and I was making myself eat, but I didn't have an appetite. So that's what started me back on working out, because I was trying to get through this grief process of my mother's death. And then I said, let me go back and revisit some of the goals that I had with my workouts. And one of the things I wanted to do, again, by the time I turned 40 or at the age of 40, I wanted to do a competition. And so probably back in February, I started working out on a routine. I put myself on a schedule. And I was a member of 3 gyms. The gym that's on campus at the university where I work at, and 2 community gyms. And so wherever my schedule can allow me to go, that's where I was going to go. And I joined one gym because it had a daycare and I could take my little one, and my oldest daughter can work out because I want her to lose some weight, in which she's lost like 15 pounds. So that's another story in itself too. But I wanted to be consistent with my workout, and I had a goal in mind that I wanted to do a competition. So that's what I'm doing right now, is that I'm training 2 times a week. Not 2 times a week, 2 times a day, up to 2 times a day. But I'm going to the gym. I'm doing kickboxing. I'm pushing sled. I am trying all kind of things that's making me feel good about my body again, my self-esteem, and my self-worth. Because again, even though I didn't go through a divorce, I went through losing my mother, which I felt like I lost me. And then for like 2 years, she was all that I really focused on. And so after she passed, I'm like, how do I maintain getting my life back? What did I do before I started taking care of my mother? What type of schedule did I have? And I didn't, I had my little one, you guys know it. I went through like an adoption process with her. And so I was trying to figure out how to get through this. So what has drove me in my workout journey is loss, going through a divorce, and grief, losing my mother. And I'm not saying it took away. Now I've been divorced now 15 years, so I'm well over that, but I'm not over losing my mother, because it hasn't even been a year. But it has helped me emotionally. And times that I feel that I'm missing my mother the most, which is usually Sundays, like today, because Sunday was like the day that I was normally inside the house all day with my mother. Either, you know, she was tuned in to her spiritual, attending the word by telephone, listening to, I mean, people coming and just paying her a visit on Sunday and giving her the word. That was our Sunday. And so I miss her the most on Sundays. I mean, it's crazy. And for the past month or so, I've been working out heavily on Sundays. Like today I went, and now my sister has joined in. She joined the gym a couple of weeks ago. And so she got through her first week of working out with me, and I'm super proud of her. For the journey that she's on. But she wants to lose weight and she wants to tone. She doesn't want to do a competition or anything like that. But it's just been one of those things that I feel like I have to have in my life. And sometimes you have to step back from everything that's going on. And like when I don't post videos, it's not that I'm not thinking about YouTube, but I have a life. YouTube is not my life. You know, I'm not there with YouTube right now, just to be honest with you guys. I love making videos. It helps me to get on here and talk to you guys and bring you things that I enjoy. But working out for me is a part, it's like my life. It's something that I've always done, and I can't get away from it. But I know that when I'm going through major times in my life, I have to have it. And so I've set the goal. I'm going to do my first competition May 2015. And I'm praying that it's not on the day that I graduate with my doctorate. And which it is. If it is, I'm so going to die. Because I really... So if the competition falls on the day that I graduate, I'm going to be so heartbroken. But at the same time, it will give me a little more time to get my... Because right now I'm at the 7-month mark before... and I think I can do it because I'm really enjoying the change of my body, and I'm enjoying how things are just like really coming together. But if it happens to fall, definitely, I can't miss graduating with my doctorate to be in a competition. But there will be other competitions like in June or July that I can participate in. So that's the major goal that I have in mind right now, is doing a competition, whether it's novice or open, like figure, whatever I can get into, that's what I'm going to do, in which I want to challenge myself. And someone sent me the other day, I don't have my phone here, that if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And so I've been doing things outside of my norm that challenge me as an individual, as a mother. I've been doing things that's challenging to me, and it's changing how I parent my children, and absolutely love it. And when I travel, I take my kids with me. Some people, when they travel, they just want to go along. I love spending time with my children. So I'm always doing something to motivate us as a family and to mold us as a family. And then I'm doing things that challenge me as a woman, because I don't like when people say a woman can't do this or a woman can't do that. And I've been single, divorced for like 15 years. And I would get on top of my roof and fix some things. I would paint. I would put down flooring. I would check things under the hood of my car. I mean, I do my own grass. I mean, whatever needs to be done outside the realm of what people think that women are not particularly supposed to be doing, I do it. And I absolutely love it. I want to be self-sufficient. I don't want to be one of these women that have to rely on people to come and do things for me. If I'm going to try to fix it first before somebody come and fix it and charge me an arm and a leg. That's just the way I think about things. So if it doesn't challenge, if it's not a challenge to you, it's not going to change you. And I want you guys to challenge yourself. It can be something very minimum. I mean, just set a simple goal and work on it, and set a higher goal and then a bigger goal. Challenge yourself all the time. And I'm to the point where I can't sing. I know I wasn't born with a great voice, but I challenge myself. Like, I've taken voice lessons to learn how to not just sing, but to give my all. I know that sounds crazy. And I said one of these days I'm going to sing in public. And yeah, it's not going to be karaoke. I may get booed, but guess what? I'm going to do it. I challenged myself by learning to play the piano. So I took piano lessons during the summer, in the springtime, and then the summer. I'm not taking piano lessons now because I'm trying to get a schedule. Now, I can't sit down at the piano and play, you know, Luther Vandross or anything like that. But I'm challenging myself to learn something new. And I want to get it. I want to learn how to do it. And so for me, working out is a challenge because I'm steadily pushing myself to the next level. And I'm becoming stronger mentally. And that's what people don't understand, is that when you are strong in mind, you can accomplish anything. It may be accomplished at a slower pace than some other people that what they're achieving, but at least you can do it. I mean, even if you want to run a mile or a 5K or whatever, as long as you finish it, you have accomplished a goal. It doesn't matter the time that you finish or where you place. You can be the last one to finish. At least you did. And so that's the one thing that when I look at working out and looking at doing things in my life is that I want to gain something from it. Me getting my doctorate, yes, I want a better job for my kids. I want to make more money, but it challenges me intellectually and it pushes me. And recently I was talking to one of my friends and they were thinking about going back and getting a specialist degree or a second master's, but they end up applying and getting accepted for a specialist degree. And I was like, why not? I mean, challenge yourself. I mean, don't be stuck. I mean, go. I mean, you can do it. And I felt like this person is very well capable of getting to a PhD program and moving forward. A challenge who you are every single day of your life. So that's my workout journey. I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. And I will continue to do workout videos for you guys, post stuff that I'm doing at the gym if you want to know what I'm doing. I think it would be motivational because I go on YouTube and I go on Instagram and I look at what people are doing to challenge themselves and I start doing. Like today I did some workouts that I don't normally do, but I saw them on Instagram or I saw them on YouTube and I just said, I'm going to do this. But back in August, I would say this, emotionally, I was feeling very low. And I think that's when I stepped up my time at the gym and it's helped. And when I was told that I wasn't going to graduate in December because my edits wasn't approved and all of that, it just fueled the fire for me to take a little time off from writing, and I focused on me. Now I'm more motivated to sit down and write, and that's what I'm going to do today. The rest of the evening is to sit down and I'm going to write. But I wanted to clear my head, and during that process, I dedicated more time at the gym because, like I said, the one thing that helps me emotionally is going to work out. And I don't like most mornings getting up at 3:15, 3:30 to go to the gym. I hate it some mornings, especially when I've stayed up late the night before doing schoolwork. But after the workout, I feel awesome, amazing. Like I can just take on the world. And that's what I do. I go and I take on the world. And my emotional strength and my physical strength is not just for me, but it's for my kids because I have to go to work. I have to provide for them. And I want their mother to be sane as possible doing so. I don't want to lose it. And so that's what draws me into working out. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you guys have any other questions as far as like workouts and things that I'm doing. I don't do supplements. Like stuff to burn fat and all that stuff. I do things like the natural way. I don't want anything artificial in my body. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So I do the whey protein stuff, but that just helps with maintaining muscle and post-workout recovery and pre-workout recovery. I do things like that, but I'm not going to do anything that's going to harm my body. So again, I hope this has been helpful. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.